Okay, welcome to the One Credit course on PCB designing. Today we are going to make a schematic using Protus software. Let's do it. Today we are going to make a schematic for a dual power supply circuit. Okay, here is the transformer. It's the primary side and secondary side. The primary is connected to 230 volt AC. The secondary we are having the rectification process and there are the 4 diodes to rectify it, and we are having the capacitors C1, C2, the 1000 microfarad, C3 and C4 for filtering purposes, and then we are having the IC17812 positive voltage regulator to convert it to plus 12 volt, and another minus 12 volt we are having 7912, and again we are having two filters 10 microfarad and another 1.01 microfarad capacitors used for filtering purposes. Ground as common with the negative voltage with respect to ground minus 12 volt and another positive voltage plus 12 volt with respect to ground. Now we are going to open the Protus software. Open start menu. Click the Protus 8 professional icon over there. It will launch. Okay, now you have to go to new, select new project. Wizard is initializing, please wait. Okay, here you have to give your project name. This is a dual power supply regulator. So I am going to give dual power supply regulator. I am going to select the folder. Here I am going to put the file over in pictures. Then create a new folder and then select that folder. Okay, the path of the folder is selected and the file name is also given. Then you have to select next. Here we are going to create a schematic. So select create a schematic and let it be default. These are the paper sizes A0, A3 and A4 paper sizes. We'll discuss this later. Select next and we are going to make a PCB. Okay, select create a PCB and then here in below you have to select generic single layer board. Then select next. Okay, this is not a firmware project. We are not going to use microcontroller. So leave it, then select next. Okay, we are going to make a schematic, then a layout, not a firmware. Then select finish. Okay, the wizard will complete and it will finishes for us. And you have C2 PCB and schematic layout. Select schematic capture layout. Our project file is shown there. Now we directly move into creating a schematic. We discussed other options and buttons later. Now you directly select the component mode, then select pick device over there, this P button, pick device, select it. A dialog box will open, pick devices dialog box. In that we are going to select what are the components needed for our project. First we are going to take the diode 1N4007 diode, double click it. It will add it to the device over there. Then we are going to select 7812 positive voltage regulator. Okay, this is the PCB of the schematic PCB of the regulator. Double click it. And then we are going 7912. Select it. And then we are going to select the resistors, type 1 kilo ohm, and then select resistors over there and select 0.6 metal film resistors and then select 1 kilo ohm, just the resistor symbol. Okay, double click it, it will add it there. Then we are going to select capacitors, search for the capacitors in the category. Now select the capacitors from there and we are going to select a radial electrolytic capacitor. Okay, search in the subcategory, select radial electrolytic, and then here you can sort it by descriptions. Okay, if you sort it, you select 1000 microfarad of 25 volt, double click it, this will add it in the devices. Next we have to select the 10 microfarad capacitors of 16 volt. Here it is, select it and add it in the devices, double click it. Next we are going to select the disc capacitors, search it in the subcategory. Ceramic disc is there, select it. Now here you can select any of the disc capacitors because all PCB layouts are same in size and shape, and double click it and add it in it. Then we are going to search for LEDs in the keyword box. Then you scroll it over here and select the LEDs. We are having color LEDs, LED blue, green, yellow. Okay, select any two color LEDs as your wish. I am going to select blue and green over here. Selecting all the required components, click OK. Now here I will show you some basic operations of rotation and deletion operation of a component. Okay, if you right click it, you see the options, anti-clockwise rotation and clockwise rotation over there. You can use plus and minus symbols in the keyboard, that is in the number keyboard. So you can rotate a component in any directions that you want. Okay, then you can delete the component by using delete object present in the options. Okay, then you can also delete it by pressing the delete key after selecting it like this. Okay, you can also delete it. You can also make the mirror options. Okay, you can scroll down or zoom in, zoom out using the mouse scroll button. Okay, now you are going to make the mirror. You can make X and Y mirrors of a component. It will be useful while constructing a schematic. You can copy it to clipboard or cut it to a clipboard. All the operations are available. See, you are making X and Y mirrors of the objects. Okay, now we start constructing our dual supply circuit diagram in the Protos schematic. Let's start. Now we are constructing the rectifier circuit, which consists of 4 diodes, which is used for converting the alternating current into direct current. The alternating current is taken from the secondary of the transformer, and which is fed to the diodes over here. And then we are going to convert the rectified direct current, pulsating direct current into a unidirectional direct current by using a capacitors. We need a secondary of the transformer to be connected with the diode, so we need a pin junction. So we again go to pick devices library and select pin, and you go to the top of the library, stop over there and search for FCI over there and select the 3 positional pin header, select it and then press OK, add it to the library, then press OK. Select the header over here. Now we are going to rename the pin as transformer secondary so that we can identify when doing the PCB layout. Just double click it and open the dialog box and just rename it. Select it and you have to rotate the plus button, press the plus button so that you can rotate it as it is. Once again we check the circuit over here. Okay, this is for the secondary side of the transformer. Then we are going to go do the filter circuits, adding the capacitors after the diode, which will make the filter option and make the DC supply to smooth. You can see the transformer center tape is commonly grounded to the both positive and negative side of the transformer. So we have to do it to make the dual power supply. As said, we can use a 100 picofarad capacitor instead of 0.01 microfarad capacitor because both the layouts of the capacitors are same and similar in sizes, so we no need to worry of taking the same 0.01 microfarad capacitor. Just take similar capacitors of 100 picofarad and you can rename the capacitors values over here, so no need to worry about that thing. Now we are going to connect the positive voltage regulator and the negative voltage regulator as shown in the circuit diagram. You need to check this thing. The input of the regulator is reversed, so you double click it and then select the mirror mode. You make the X mirror so that the input side is go this side and the output side comes over there. Here in this time we have completely rectified and regulated the power supply by removing the major ripples in the rectifier by adding 1000 microfarad capacitors. Now we are going to the DC side. Now we are going to add a 10 microfarad capacitor for reliability and to avoid a voltage drop while turning on a load. In similar way, we are going to add the disk capacitors of 0.01 microfarad. Just now we are going to add 100 picofarad capacitors. Afterwards, we are going to rename the capacitors as 0.01 microfarad. As I already said, no need to worry about the capacitors values. Both the PCB footprint of 0.001 microfarad capacitor and 100 picofarad capacitors are the same. Now we are going to add the indication LEDs for the purpose of seeing what is happening and what the power is on or off in the circuitry. We need to add indication LEDs on both the sides because if the supply goes off due to the 7812 failure, then that LED will be switched off. If on the same side, if it is on 7912 side, then that LED will switch off. So it will make the circuitry to debug easier than we think. Now we are adding the LED in the 7912 side, which is green color, and similar for 7812 we have already added, which is blue in color. Now we need to add the pin connector so that after the rectification process and then regulation process used by the 7812 and 7912, we have a perfect DC output, direct current output from the circuitry. So to take output from the DC output from the circuitry, we need to add a pin junction. It is J1 over here. Now we are going to rename the terminal pin as DC output so that we can familiarly see this thing in the PCB layout easier. I ask everybody to do this thing in your laptop or a desktop computer and familiarize in making a schematic. Today we have come to an end. Tomorrow we see how to draw the PCB layout of this circuit. Have closed the project, it will ask to save, just press yes. The project will be saved in the folder that you created earlier. Thank you for watching.